Rupam rupa vivarjitaisya bhavato dhyanena yatkalpitam stutya nirvachaniyata akhilo guru durikrita janmaya vyapittam cha nirakritam yattirtha yatradina kshantevyam jagadisha tad vigalata doshatrayam matkritam. Lord, I made 3 mistakes in my life. My first mistake, I know you are formless, but for the sake of my meditation, I imagined your form. My second mistake, I know you are beyond expression, but for the sake of my prayer, I glorified you with words. My third mistake, I know you are all-pervading, but for the sake of my pilgrimage, I visited many holy places. Lord, please forgive these 3 mistakes. Om, peace, peace, peace be and good. This morning our subject is pilgrimage in a spiritual life. The goal of spiritual life is to purify, such as Punnakshetra, Kurukshetra, the battlefield of Kuru and Pandavas, where the Gita was taught. Very holy place, Kurukshetra. It is nearly 100 miles from New Delhi. It may be on the bank of the river, like river Narmada, Ganges, very pure place. It may be cave, mountain cave, like Amarnath, or the top of the mountain, like Kedarnath, Badrinath. It may be the coast of the ocean, like Puri, very holy place. It may be pure forest, like Noimisharanya, where the Bhagavatam was taught. It may be a particular temple. There are many temples, Vishwanath temple, Meenakshi temple, Rameshwaram temple. There are so many temples all over India. Holy place. People go, pilgrims go to visit those places. And another holy place is your own room, where you can have your spiritual practices. And that also will purify you. That is called external pilgrimage. Internal pilgrimage also, which can purify you, such as truthfulness, forgiveness, self-control, compassion, simplicity, charity, contentment, brahmacharya, saying sweet words to the people, knowledge, patience, austerity. These are also called mental pilgrimage. They also purify our souls. Tirthi kurbanti tirthani. The scripture says, the pilgrims make the place holy, not the deity. There are many temples in India. We find guarded by armed police. There's so much jewelry. But no atmosphere. But sometimes we find some temples have tremendous atmosphere. Pilgrims, through their tears and prayers, through their vigil and meditation, through chanting the mantra or fasting, they make the place vibrant. If you go see Vishwanath in Benares, Monkey Bihari temple in Vrindavan, Meenakshi temple, Rameshwaram temples, in South India there are so many temples. You can see that how pilgrims come from far away just to visit the deities. Spending money, austerity. Oof. During Christmas time, so we know millions of people during the time of Hajj, millions of Muslims go to these holy places. There are many holy places in India. They generate devotion in human heart. Many years ago, when I was a student in college, we had to study rhetoric and procedure in English language. So we had to read rhetoric, allegory. What is allegory? It is symbolical narratives called allegory. Then we had to read, not whole, John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress, which is one of the famous English prose allegory. I was reading some part from the internet. This author was in jail and he wrote this book in jail. He violated the Conventicle Act of 1664 in which prohibited to hold religious service outside the Church of England. That is, you see, pilgrims came to America so that they can have religious freedom. That is the way we call Mayflower came and the pilgrims came. Because church was very much strict, controlling people. Anyhow, so this protagonist, the hero of that book that is called Christian, the name of that person. He started his journey from the city of destruction, that is the world, and the goal, heaven, the celestial city. It is a long journey. He met good people, bad people. Good people directed to heaven, and bad people diverted to the world. It is very interesting way how this ideas become symbolic, like person. The evangelist told him that he was a sinner, but if you really want to go to heaven, you will have to go to the wicket gate. That is the word they use it. W-I-C-K-E-T. Wicket gate means narrow, small, straight gate. Not zigzag. Straight is the gate, as we read in the Bible. So he started his journey. Because of his sin, he sank into hell and wanted deliverance. And the evangelist helped him to get up and start the journey. He met good and evil persons. First he met some people that are very bad, obstinate, pliable. But help came. Then a worldly wise man gave him some guidance. Why do you want to go to heaven? Enjoy this world. Then Goodwill, name of a person, Goodwill, he came and he said, no, please follow your journey. Don't listen to him. Then a Satan came in disguise, and then came the shining one, the angels came and helped him. Then came fear. Shall I be able to make it? And fear's friend was mistrust. also guided him to the other direction. Then another person named Watchful, very interesting, how good and evil came one after another. The Watchful, with like a good shepherd, gave the right direction, go this way. Then came discretion, discretion, prudence, piety, charity, they are the maids of the house, beautiful. They say, please come, stay here, it is a protected place, you will go to the right direction. Then faithful person came, then came wanton, temptress, wanted to divert this person to the wrong direction. All temptation, sensual things came to his in front of him. Then who came to help him? Name of that person is Hopeful. Hopeful came and became his fellow traveler. Let us go. Don't listen to these people. Then came giant Despair. His wife's name is Diffidence, Samshai, doubt. Then came 4 shepherds, knowledge, experience, watchful, and sincere. Then came ignorance, vain hope. Then came an atheist. Then came watchful. And in this way, one after another, he encountered various kinds of obstacles in his life and finally reached that celestial city, heaven. It is an allegory, but it is a pilgrim's progress. All pilgrims had to encounter all kinds of odds, good and bad, in their lives. But do not stop your journey. Anyhow, last 2 months I was in India. I really planned to be alone for some time in Amarkantak, the source of the Narmada River, and Bhubaneswar. These are all wonderful places to practice sadhana. But Master plays a different plan for me. 1 week I stayed in Belur-Math, Dakshineshwar, Kamarpuku, Jairambati. 1 week Bangladesh. Some districts they invited me to do some work there. Dedication of a temple, then groundbreaking ceremony of a temple. So I had various other activities in Bangladesh for a week. And my goodness, I couldn't believe they gave me all police guards 24 hours so that nobody so my life would be safe and all those things they did it. Then 1 week I was in Bombay, Pune and Nagpur. The result of this travel, 3 weeks outside and 5 weeks in Calcutta. Result, I had to speak 25 to 30 times, lectures. And innumerable interviews. It was tiring, I was exhausted time to time, I became sick few times. But one thing is very striking to me. There are so many hungry souls in this world. They really want a spiritual life. These people would come 2-3 hours in advance to listen to my lecture so that they can have a seat in the hall. Thousands of people. Amazing. I told them, do you know what is the real Hinduism is very vibrant, lively. Why? There are 3 reasons. First, Mandirmay Bharat. India is full of temples and holy places which keep religion very strong, vibrant. Second, Sadhu Santa and Avatar. We have so many holy people, monks, millions of monks in India, avatars. they kept religion alive. Third, festivities. In our language there is a saying, Baro Mase Tero Parban. 13 festivals in 12 months. Festivities, all the time. I was during Durga Puja in Calcutta, mad, millions of people. Same Ganesh Puja in Bombay, Pune, Nagpur, my goodness. Big procession, people are excited. So this way we find they kept religion alive. Sometimes in our ancient time, they used to, still there are some places, they call it Chaturmasya. Chaturmasya means during the rainy season, 4 months, the monks do not travel. They live in one place, in a village or in a holy place, and they give sermon. They perhaps these 4 months they will talk only Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or the Upanishad, and people listen to them. And they feed these holy people and get this wisdom from them. That is called Chaturmasya. Sometimes they do Parayana. They take a vow that this is scripture we shall finish within so many days. Sometimes they do Ashtaprahar. Do you know what Ashtaprahar means? 7 days non-stop chanting God's name. How do they do? Suppose there are many Kirtan parties. You sing 3 hours, I shall sing 3 hours, you sing 3 hours. There are 5, 6, they rotate alternately, they take turns. In this way, 24 hours, 7 days non-stop Kirtan. That is called Ashtaprahar. That is the way they keep their religion alive. The Punarjanma Nabitati, Gita, scripture, Ganga, holy river, Gayatri, holy mantra, and Govinda, Krishna. If you have these 4 in your life, you will be liberated. The scripture says. Now let me tell you the importance of a spiritual life. Jesus said, the man cannot live by bread alone. Food. That's a great saying. Human beings are a combination of the body and the mind. We are giving food to our body so the body can function. But very few people give food to the mind. Spirituality. Good habits. The soul also needs food. Soul means mind. And pilgrimage supplies that food. The Mahabharata says, there is no difference between God and man regarding eating, sleeping, begetting children, and fear. In these 4 aspects, man and animals are the same. Only human beings can practice dharma, spirituality. We have brain, intellect. We can discriminate what is right, what is wrong. Animal beings cannot do that. Dharmena hina poshubi shamana, gyanena hina poshubi shamana. Dharma, really, righteousness, knowledge. Without this, human beings are like animals. Human beings have a great advantage. They can live in 3 planes. We can live in physical plane, mental or intellectual plane, spiritual plane. We can switch from one to the other. It is a great advantage for human beings. I remember one monk taught me, try to stay in a spiritual plane as much as you can. Then come to intellectual plane. And physical plane, give some food to the body, that's all. And again go to the higher planes. You see, joy comes Maximum joy comes when you live in the higher plane of consciousness. Physical plane, cook food, eat, the moment food goes in the stomach, you do not know what food is. Fear is in physical enjoyment also, very momentary, very short. But intellectual, mental, that joy, more lasting. And the spiritual joy, ecstasy, everlasting. The goal of a spiritual life is to realize the Atman or God, which is within us. Human goal changes. The children thinks, do you know what the children thinks? They're just, শুধু বড় হয়ে শুধু যাবে কেনা বাজার উজাড় করে যতটুকু খেলো না. The children thinks when we shall grow up, we shall buy all the toys of the market. Or we shall open a candy shop and day and night we shall eat candy. The children think that way. That is their world. When people are grown up, youth, at that time money, physical enjoyment. And when they are old, as you know, aches and pains, worries and anxieties, children, grandchildren, all these things they think day and night. That Shankara says, Balastavat kira asakta, Turunastavat turuni rakta, Vriddhastavat chinta magna, Parme brahmani kopina lagna. Shankara mentions in his Mahamudgara, children are fond of game, play. They love to play. And young man is attached to women. And old people are engulfed. They are tormented by worries and anxieties. But nobody's mind is in Supreme Brahman. Worship helps. A young man, he was a Brahmo type of person, did not care for Hindu worship. So he asked a holy man, could you tell me why the Hindus worship these images? Holy man said, I shall not answer, your wife will answer. His wife was with him. He asked, tell me, when you were a little girl, did you play with your dolls? Yes. When you grew up, when you got your husband, where are those dolls are now? When I got married, I put my dolls in the trunk, and then when I had children, I again opened the trunk and gave the dolls to my children. Good. So your children also play with your dolls? Yes. Time to time you also play with them, correct? Yes. But you have your husband, now you don't need to play the dolls. Yeah, but just to get some kind of satisfaction and to make my children happy, I also play with them. So this holy man told this husband, just see, your wife got the husband, still she is playing the doll. So some people, you see, they need the images. They'll get joy when they play with God, with image, with form. Pilgrimage stops when we reach the goal of a spiritual life. When we realize God, no more traveling. Tagore has another beautiful poem. বলে বহুদিন ধরে বহু দেশ ঘুরে বহু ব্যয় করি বহু ক্লেশ করে দেখিতে গিয়েছি পর্বতমালা দেখিতে গিয়েছে সিন্ধু দেখা হয় নাই চক্ষু মেলিয়া ঘরতে শুধু দুপা ফেলিয়া একটি ধানের শীষের উপরে একটি শিশির বিন্দু. Beautiful. Do you know what I did? I spent a lot of money, spent a lot of time and visited many holy places. But I never tried to see the dewdrop Coming out from my room, I never tried to see a dewdrop on the leaf of a paddy plant, where you can get the glimpse of the infinite blue sky. Do you know what that means? The means is the moment you see that Brahman, God in your heart, then you will not have to travel any more places. The spiritual journey is really glorious. There is a story in the Rig Veda, Rohit, a son of a lower caste, wanted to go and have a holy pilgrimage to bathe in a river, but the Brahmins did not allow him to go there. So he was a very spiritual person, so he moved toward the desert, and the river followed him. The Mother Ganges followed that holy person. At that time, he uttered 5 Rik mantras. 5 mantras he uttered. I shall read to you. And the end of that each mantra is Charaiveti, go forward, go forward. Never, never stop your journey. One who has made a long and wearisome journey acquires a grace incomparable. However important and great one might be, if he sits idle in this world, he is reduced to insignificance. He who walks endlessly has God as his comrade and co-traveler. Hence, O traveler, march along. A traveler's body blooms in grace and beauty. His soul becomes greater every day. Isn't that life's greatest achievement? As he marches along the open road, his sins are automatically destroyed and they fail dead. Hence, O traveler, O pilgrim, march along. An idle man's fate sits idle too. When one rises and stands upright, his fate also rises and stands up. As he lies down, his fate lies down with him. He who marches along has his fate marching with him. Hence, O traveler, march along. While one sleeps, it is Kali Yuga. When he merely awake, it is Dwapara. As he stands up, it is Treta. But the moment he steps onward, there is Sattva Yuga. Hence, O traveler, march along. To march along is to gain immortality. Marching by itself is the sweet fruit of the journey. Look at the sun, the ever-glorious and eternal traveler, who, once having started on his journey, has never felt drowsy. Hence, O traveler, march along, Chariveti. That last mantra is so beautiful. Charan vai sadhu vindati, charan vai sadhu mudumbaram, Pushya Surjasya Sremanam Yonatandratitam. Look, the sun, the traveler, the sun never stops journey. So the sun is always full of light, glorious. The sun never feels drowsy. Follow the sun. Be the eternal traveler. Beautiful mantras. This Sanskrit is also more beautiful. These are all Rik mantras. This journey is difficult, no doubt. The Upanishad tells us, Uttishchita jagrata prapavaran nibodhata kshirachadhara nishita durattaya durgam patastat kavayo vadanti. Uttishchata, get up. Jagrata, be awake. Prapavaran nibodhata, go to the illumined souls and learn from them the goal of human life and move along. But this path is very, very, really very difficult, as if you are walking on the sharp edge of a razor. But don't get afraid. If you want to realize God or Atman, you will have to be a hero and not a coward. Start your journey. You know, some people, they do not realize how precious this human life is. Only God realization is possible in human body. And that life we spend without, how we misuse our time. I remember I used to tease one devotee in California. You want to realize God reclining on lazy boy chair, smoking cigarette, drinking coffee, watching TV. That is the way you want God. Exactly, Swami, that is the way I want God. We misuse so much the precious time of our life. Half of human life remains in bed. Your childhood days, old age, sleep. Half the time, half of your life is in bed. They calculated, I forgot, I did not bring that calculation, that how many times we spend for what purpose in human life. Swamiji translated this word, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. You will have to be strong. A traveler must be very alert. Not tamushik nature, a little rajas and sattva. Swamiji's words, min mine, pin pine, bhad bhede, these are the words Swamiji used. Those who are very lazy bums, do not want to move forward. In American expression, you must call them milk toast or namby-pamby, sloppy, slob. These are the American words, they use it. Jagrato, sleep no more. We are all sleeping, though awake. We are not aware of your divine nature. Shastra, scriptures, they use the word pramad. Do you know what pramad means? Pramad means I forgot my duty and just kept myself idle. That is called pramad, fool, mistake. No yearning, no longing. If we forgot our true nature and sleeping, that is Mohunidra. And one of my Vedanta teachers told me a very funny way. There is a marriage between ego and intellect, buddhi and ahankar. Buddhi was the wife, told her husband, ego, we are having such a nice time, we must awake the Atman, which is within us. Then ego says, my goodness, don't awaken the Atman. If the Atman awakes, you will die, I will die. When you have God's realization, at that time, ego and the intellect disappear. That's a beautiful way they taught this great teaching. Never think that you are sinner, weak, helpless, no good. That is the mantra, awakening mantra we find in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said to Arjuna, Kulebhyam masma gama partha noitat tvayu papadyate kshudram hridav daurbulyam taktotishta parantapa. Arjuna, it does not befit you, this kind of cowardice, faint, cowardice nature. Get up. Give up this faint-heartedness and fight. Arise and fight. Takta tishta parantapa. Get up. You know, I sometimes used to, another American word is called couched potato. I'm watching, cows, sitting in the couch, watching television, whole day. Eating and watching. Misusing the precious time of life. I remember one Swami told me, people are so fond of reading newspaper. The longevity of newspaper is from morning, from sunrise to sunset. Then it is dead. Throw away. We do not keep the old newspaper, we throw away. These words is not a permanent place. We know that one day we will have to depart from this world. I call it vacation village, holiday inn. We are all travelers, pilgrims, pilgrimage. These words are very, very dignified, very prestigious words. Everyone can travel, but everyone is not a pilgrim. He who walks toward God, that person is a pilgrim. The pilgrims leave hearth and home, family ties, attachments, forget all their comforts and luxurious life. They are ready to practice austerities, and so they visit all these holy places, meet holy people, practice spiritual disciplines, bathe in holy rivers, worship God. Thus they try to imbibe spirituality. When they return home, they share their spiritual experiences with their friends. Whereas the travelers, the tourists, what do? They also go to those holy places with camera. They stay in 5-star hotel. They find out where is the best food in town, and they buy some souvenirs. They take some pictures, and show, and these are the things they do. And they come back and share their experience with their friends. They are the tourists, and the others are the pilgrims. The pilgrims go to the priests, they give the worship, they learn the history of that place, and in this way they imbibe various kinds of spiritual things in their lives. I was watching in the television, not television, in the newspaper, and some other things I was watching. Anyhow, in Bombay, some actresses stand in front of the Mother Durga, putting Durga in their back, and people are taking pictures of them. It's awful. See me, I'm a beautiful woman. Mother Durga is secondary, you see. And people, oh, what a beautiful lady. Famous actress, you see. Pilgrimage is very helpful in spiritual life. It breaks the monotony of life. Sometimes we are tired, exhausted with mundane life, routine life, mechanical life. We need to recharge our spiritual life. Some people buy Tesla car. It can go only 500 miles, one charge. You can move only around the city. You cannot have a long journey with Tesla car. Then after whole day, after work, moving around in the city, you plug your car with the plug point in electric, and so that overnight it will be recharged. Then next day again you can go and use the car. That is the way we use it. Similarly, pilgrimage also recharges our spiritual life. That is the reason people take off from their work, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks. They go to different places. They spend money and recharge their spiritual life. It is very good time to time to go away. Sri Ramakrishna, when devotee was asking, Girisha was asking, sir, when I come to Dakshineshwar, my mind goes up. And when I go home, my mind goes down. Could you tell me why? Holy company, holy place, uplift the mind. This is it. We can feel the atmosphere, you can go a bar or riverboat gambling place, you will find there is one kind of atmosphere. And in the temple here, you will find another kind of atmosphere. It depends what kind of atmosphere you want in your life. You want a spiritual atmosphere or worldly atmosphere. It all depends upon you. Yoginma, a woman disciple of Holy Sri Ramakrishna, wrote in her reminiscences. You see, they used to live in Calcutta. Dakshineshwar is 4 miles upstream. But every Sunday, Balaram Babu would rent a boat. And we all devotees, men, women, we used to go in the boat and spend the whole day in Dakshineshwar, in the company of Sri Ramakrishna. We used to cook, we used to do shopping, buying groceries, cook for the master. I used to braid mother's hair. And whole day master would talk to us, guide us. He would narrate his spiritual experiences to us. And our minds are so uplifted. Whole day we are like intoxicated. Then at night we return to Calcutta. And do you know what? Whole week we got that intoxication, nesha. And we are thinking that when will the Sanjay come? When the Sanjay comes, we finish our homework very quickly and again go to Dakshineshwar to recharge our spiritual life. It reminds me, when I was in college, 3rd year, 4th year, I stayed with my uncle. And it is a joint family, so my 3 young aunts, sometimes they used to go to see the matinee show movie. That day I used to see, they finish their cooking, they finish cleaning and doing the dishes so fast, because they will go to the 2:30 to 5:30, that show, so that before the uncles come back, they know that, so that they will not know that they went to the movies. But I see that they do the housework very fast. So sometimes you can do your housework very fast so that you can stay longer in a spiritual atmosphere. It all depends upon you. I still remember my aunts are so, yes, we want to go and see the movies. To me, the holy people are Jangam Tirtha. Jangam Tirtha, there are 2 kinds of Tirtha, holy place. One is still, like temple, river, mountain, still holy place. And Jangam Tirtha means mobile holy place. Holy people carry God in their hearts. So wherever they go, they talk about God. And they create a holy atmosphere. So for that reason, they are called Jangam Tirtha. That is the reason in India, those who are householders, they invite the holy people, they feed them, they help them, and get spiritual wisdom from them. It is a give and take law. I call it, you know how they look at it, holy place and holy people? It is just like a fireplace. Think of that, there is no heating arrangement in this room, only a fireplace. If you are near the fireplace, you will get heat, comfort. You will get light. And the more you are away from the fireplace, you get coldness. You get cold and darkness. So you will have to move. The pilgrims move. I knew another Swami whose name was Swami Dibbyaatmananda. He was a wonderful cook. He cooked for the Jare disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Akhandananda, Swami Vigyanananda. In 30s and 40s, that Swami traveled all over India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Indian Ocean, and the Dwaraka, from Arabian Sea up to Bay of Bengal. So this vast country he traveled and went to every most important holy places, and he wrote a book called Punya Tirtha Bharat. He asked me to, first edition published, and there were many mistakes, so he asked me to edit that book. I was then a brahmachari, so I edited that book. I think now Udbodhan publishes that book. It is travel guide come many other informations are there. What happens, he first mentioned how to go to that place, where to stay, who is the deity, the history, the Puranic, the mythological background, and what are the holy people visited that place. He wrote in such a way that it is like you can visualize, though 70, 80 years back, you can visualize that place and you know the importance of that holy place. Punya Tirtha Bharat. He told me that when he went to Kailash, at that time, you see, food is not, how will you carry the food? Food will be rotted. Himalayan region. There is no refrigerator, you will have to carry food. He told me, do you know how I made food? Here is farina, cream of wheat, with the ghee, cooked, fried with ghee, a lot of ghee. And then I put a lot of raisins and cashews, then pistachios, all kinds of nuts, and made that thing so, and put a lot of sugar, and made that thing so rich that, and sugar is there, 2 weeks, it will not be bad. When you are hungry, eat some, and then walk. He told me that the secret that how he traveled making that kind of food. There was one Swami named Kali Kolmi in India, and now you see there is a path, there is a motorable path. By car you can go. At that time, no, you will have to walk. Those who are rich people, they can have janji carrier, or you can have horse, mule. So what happened, he says, the Kali Kolmi, that man used to come to the business people and collect some money. And every 20 miles or 30 miles, they have a cottage. These people, Kali Kolmi's people. And there they will serve food. Some bread, chapati, and some dal or some vegetables. These things they will give so that they can feed some holy people and the pilgrims. So that is the way at that time they used to go and for pilgrimage. Kali Kolmi's ashram, Kali Kolmi. Still they have that kind of places. Free in. Just come and have food. They serve food for the monks and the pilgrims. I remember I went to Bodrika Ashrama in 1977. So I had a desire to get big food. And we had money. We were staying in a nice place, hotel and all those things. So my friend, with 3 monks went at 12 o'clock. Then they said, oh, you came late. We generally feed people at 10 o'clock. But as you have come, we shall not let you go. You'll have to wait. We shall make some chapati and then we shall give you some food. So we waited. They made some chapatis and gave some cabbage curry and chapati to us. So I rolled and I ate. My friend said, that chapati, the 2 chapatis and cabbage curry disappeared in my stomach. Let me go to a restaurant. I still remember. In olden days, people would walk months to visit one place. Nowadays, some people are telling me they are going to pilgrimage. Swami, I shall go to Kedarnath by helicopter. There is a helicopter pad there from Gupta Kashi. Just fly to the... and then come back. Within few hours you come back. Now Amarnath also, there is a helicopter pad. And it took me several days to go to Amarnath. Oof, long journey in 1977. And one of my friends was telling me in Calcutta this time, Swami, myself and my wife, we went to Kailash. From Calcutta to Nepal by plane, Nepal to Lhasa in Tibet by plane, and Lhasa to car, very short distance, Kailash, Manasarovar, within 10 days came back. But do you know the difference? The people in ancient days, those who walked, austerities, thinking of God and all these things, their experience and the helicopter experience cannot be the same. Here you have 5-star hotel, living there and going for pilgrimage, and the person who is walking and praying and meditating on the deity for months, that is a lot of difference. Physical austerities, prayer, vigil, longing, japa, meditation, many days help. Then retreat versus daily spiritual life, daily practice. Since people go to the retreat, a secluded place for a few days or a week, they study and meditate and recharge their spiritual battery. It is good. It is better to do something. Sri Ramakrishna mentioned few things. First, sadhu sangha, holy company. You cannot buy it from the market. Second, sadasat vichar, have discrimination between the real and the unreal. Third, Ishwari Nam Gunagan, chant God's name. Fourth, Majhe Majhe Nirjan Vas, time to time go to solitude. You as a working people, you do not have time. Time to time, go to solitude. Pray and have longing, yearning, hunger for God. That's Sri Ramakrishna said to the people, the householders. My retreat experience is not very good. In London in 1992, I had 1 week retreat. I had to conduct that retreat. Evolution of Vedantic thought. From morning 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night. And after lunch, perhaps a couple of hours rest. I was exhausted. Same thing I had to do in Amsterdam. There, of course, they translated my lecture into Dutch. That is too much for me. So I got no more with that kind of retreat for me. Do you know what? Sometimes it is overdose. Suppose I take you one day and 10 hours, 12 hours only spirituality, if I put inside you, your body, mind will react. It cannot take it. It cannot take it. One day you eat all gourmet food, rich food, your stomach will be upset. In one day, if you eat a large quantities of fancy rich food. Same thing in spiritual life. Sometimes if you overdo, some people might be crazy, lose balance. One of our Swamis died. He went to Uttarkashi, became very sick. They brought him to Benares, died. Spiritual life should not be pressed too much, but you will react. I give an illustration. If you are a weightlifter, today 100 pounds, next week 110 pounds. Gradually they increase the pounds, the weight. One day that person may lift perhaps 500 pounds. It all depends upon daily practice and habit. It is extremely important. In our tradition, that twice a day you must sit. In Hollywood, Swami Prabhupada introduced 3 hours you must sit in the shrine. Morning 1 hour, before lunch 1 hour, before supper 1 hour. 3 hours, every monk, nun should come to the temple and sit. And 2 hours study, 6 hours work, remaining time used for food and sleep, rest. That is the way I feel, Don't overdo. Take it easy. Pilgrimage. So I gave you some ideas about pilgrimage and about spiritual life. Now I shall read a poem. It is not a poem, it is a song Swami Vivekananda sang first time to Sri Ramakrishna. Man chalo nije niketane, sangsara videshe, videshira veshe, brahmo kano akarane. It is in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, page 984. Let us go back once more, O mind, to our own abode. Here in this foreign land of earth, why should you wander aimlessly in a stranger's guise? These living beings round about and the 5 elements are strangers to you, all of them. None is your own. Why do you thus forget yourself? In love with strangers, O my mind, why do you thus forget your own? Ascend the path of truth, O mind, unflaggingly climb, with love as the lamp to light your way. As your provision for the journey, bring with you the virtues, carefully concealed for, like 2 highwaymen, greed and delusion wait to rob you of your wealth, and keep beside you constantly as guards to shelter you from harm, calmness of mind and self-control. Companionship with holy men will be for you a welcome rest house by the road. There rest your weary limbs a while, asking your way. If ever you should be in doubt of him who watches there, if anything along the path should frighten you, then loudly shout the name of the Lord, for he is the ruler of the road, and even death must bow to him. It is a beautiful song Swami Vivekananda sang during the first meeting with Sri Ramakrishna. Man chalo nije niketane. Anyhow, thank you. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Lord, thou art my mother, thou art my father, thou art my friend, thou art my companion, thou art my wealth and thou art my learning, thou art my all in all, O Lord. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be and